sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Chambers Bay Golf Course just outside Tacoma, Washington, it's the final round of the EA Sports Championship, where we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. Our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. He's got a 2-shot advantage here to begin play. And that will be in the fairway. So a solid start here on this Sunday. Just 92 yards for his second to this par 4.
Well, no surprise. We've already seen some great iron shots this week, but that is another one.
Okay, a well-played hole there. It is birdie to kick off the round. And he'll move into red figures for the round at 1 under and 11 under for the tournament.
Ready to tee off here at the second. Frank, what's it all about?
Well, you hit your tee shot here through the dunes, Rich, not overly long, just under 400 yards. The bunker on the left really shouldn't be a problem. Just avoid the dunes on the right and left.
That is into the bunker. So birdie at the first, but he'll be hard-pressed, Frank, to make birdie from there, I would think.
Yeah, it's not out of the question, though, Rich. You know, with a good second shot, he should still be able to get this on the green. That shows you the advantage of taking the risk off the tee. That huge tee shot has just made to look great with that gorgeous bunker shot.
Yes, can't ask for a better start to a round than this. It is back-to-back birdies at 1 and 2. And he moves to 2 under for his round, 12 under all told.
At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. This will require the full attention. A huge swing left to right on this putt. Just trying to get it in there close. Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And this will remain a three-shot lead.
Frank, here on the fourth tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards.
Driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
We're looking at 131 yards left to the flag. Pin in the back right portion of this green.
A little long, as we can see, and a little to the right, but still makeable if you hit a good one.
This is an 11-foot putt.
Yeah, he would have liked that to fall, but he needed to gun it just a little more. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4. He's going to hold on to that three-shot lead.
Well, Frank, here at the 5th, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. Hole looks straight away, but you see it starts to pinch in, that fairway that is, by bunkers left and right. And those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Couldn't ask for anything better. Split the fairway, and now I'll have a go at this second shot.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
No, didn't get that out there far enough, and it winds up sliding by to the right. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and he'll remain 4 clear of the field.
Getting set to hit the tee shot here at the 6th at Chambers Bay. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
There's a nice dune down that left side that sort of gives you a good line that you can work the ball off here. But remember, this is a links golf course, so you don't try and fight Mother Nature because she'll always win. So just anything down the left, let that ball sort of kick its way back towards the middle of the fairway. A lengthy par 4, though, at 495.
This is turning a little to his left.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Run out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
Left himself with 147 to the hole. The pin is stuck in the front right section of the green.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
This one is all about touch and feel and creativity. Coming down that huge slope, though it is a birdie putt. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and he'll remain at -12. On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why there's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
All right, in the fairway. So now from the left side of the fairway, this is a second shot.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
A lot of movement coming left here. This for birdie. Hit a good putt there. Maybe didn't quite break as much as he wanted it to, and it leaks by to the right. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll stay right where he is. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize it's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Still better than 3 bills away as he puts forth his second to the par 5.
And that second shot on this par 5, it just came out too low, came out like a bullet. That first bounce, it wasn't going to stop. Second bounce wasn't going to stop, and just ran over the back.
Six feet now for birdie. Okay, right on line. That's a birdie here at the 8th. And he'll move to 13 under par for the tournament. Really good mix of holes here at Chambers Bay. And Frank, we finished this front side with a par 3 after just having come off that long par 5.
And it's a beauty too. tee is some 100 feet up in the air, so you get a great view of this magnificent golf course, and you realise why it's called a true links. This green here, though, it looks rather daunting, well bunkered on the right side, but you can see enough of it. And once again, links, use the bounce, and you can still kick one in there close.
Yeah, most folks miss it long on a downhill par 3 like this, but there, he'll come up a bit short. Now, from the apron, second to the par 3. And that will be quite a challenge from there to get away with his par.
If he can make this, I'd just take it and run to the next hole.
Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And this is going to drop that lead down to 3 shots. Frank, what's the player looking at on the 10th here at Chambers Bay?
Well, normally at a par 4, you're just thinking blaze away, but this is one of the few holes, really, I think you've got to be careful on what club you hit off the tee. It starts to narrow up. You really want to avoid those 2 short bunkers that come in around the 300-yard mark. And that really sets yourself up with a nice sort of wedge. That's really the right way to play it. You don't have to take the trouble on in front here.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. So now from just 76 yards away, here's his second. Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. This a shade better than 50% on the make percentage. It's for birdie. Oh, wow, just a hair off target. And those are the ones that'll drive you crazy. We set a 50-50 proposition. He's in the wrong part of the 50 now. So that's in for par to start this backside. And the lead's gonna stay at 3. Now on to the 11th, and Frank, we are looking at a long par 4 in front of us.
We are indeed, and it's called shadows, but there is love in the shadows here. Hit it over that dune down there in the middle of the fairway. If you can get it there around the 300-plus yard mark, then the hole obviously starts to get a little easier. That second shot, you'd like to hit a little bit of a cut in here, but there's 2 levels to this green, so make sure you're on the right level where that flag is.
You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee right down the middle. In the fairway, shouldn't be more than 200 yards to the flagstick. A birdie putt here at the 11th.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Just 5 feet left. Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11. And this is going to stay a 2-shot lead. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
2, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
And some trouble here for our leader. That is into the bunker off the tee. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And it is looking more and more like it's going to be back-to-back wins in this tournament. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Second shot, good look at the green. Good chance at one.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good, and even money, really, to make birdie.
Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. And stop the presses if you've heard this before. He's well on his way to yet another victory on the year. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair, a true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
That's up the left side. It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Now note his second from the fairway.
He's got 103 yards to the front, 114 gets to the hole, coming off a birdie on the previous, looking for 2 in a row. This is the sand wedge, coming in just a bit further left than he wanted.
This one on the slow side as he'll try to get this one close. Good effort, but that'll run 2-3 feet past the hole. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And this will stay a 4-shot advantage with time running out for the rest of the field. At last, Frank, a break from those long par 4s. We just played 5 par 4s in a row. Now the par 3 15th.
And also, as you can see in the distance, you can actually see a tree, one of the few that are on the golf course. Hence the name of 15, it's called Lone Fir. Not overly long, just a little short hole. But in the US Open, obviously they can play it at around 250 yards. It's just a fun par 3. But check where that flag is, because sometimes 3 is a good score here. But an easy flag position, and then go straight at it.
Boy, this is just way too much club for a front hole location. That was completely overcooked. "14 feet to the hole. Yes, Will, right there. That is in for par here at 15. And he'll maintain that 4-shot lead. Getting set to take on the finishing holes here at Chambers Bay. How do you do it in the right way, Frank?
Well, when you look down this fairway, obviously everything slopes left to right. That makes this hole actually play a little bit more of a dogleg to the right, even though it doesn't look it. And then, of course, that green up ahead, it's like a tabletop. So precision here is absolutely paramount.
Oh, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Put it in a great spot off the tee. Has just 86 yards left for his second shot. See what he can do with this.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
A birdie putt now at 16.
And he's seemingly had no problem with his reads all round long, so this shouldn't be too difficult.
The pace absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And the rest of the field squarely in the rear view mirror now. This is up to a 5-shot lead. Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at 16th, then there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3, you can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of the US Open.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. He's been good all day around the greens. This is second. "13 feet away. Oh, yeah, worth an exhale there. That's a good par save here at 17. And this one, close to being over, as it'll remain a 5-shot cushion. Now to the 18th hole, Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realise that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
Oh, and that is into the fairway bunker on this par 5, and that is a long way home from there. Looking for a rousing finish, a second out of the sand at 18.
That second shot took some force on this par 5 just to get it into the greenside bunker. Now well positioned, especially with a little savvy bunker shot.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Now this for another birdie. And there you go. It's a win here in Washington on the PGA Tour. Well, Frank, I think we can safely say this particular course suits our featured player pretty well.
Well, it certainly does, the defending champion. And I mean, it's a great feeling because when you win the first time, you always think, well, is this course perfect for me? Can I do it again? To come back, remember, it's a full year. And to sort of have the same style of game and to play equally as well as what you did the year before, hats off.
So for Frank Nobilo, Go to Big A III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.